Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of October 10th, 11th, and 12th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Over the weekend, check out my October webinar. There's a 1-hour video going into this whole month, especially about these eclipses. Get it now. It's on sale at inclusiveastrology.com. And this is an exciting and great weekend. I am so looking forward to giving you the astrology. Number one, we do have Venus, which is going to oppose Uranus. So this is exciting, in my opinion. This is adding the stimulation of Uranus as it comes into an opposition and looks at Venus. Both planets are really exciting and positive, but they're going to need to find a way to come together, especially in the signs of Aries and Libra. This is definitely looking at what we want, how connections can come together, and I really feel that this is a weekend where we're going to learn about what people can come into our lives, which ones are not going to come in. This also is going to deal with looking at your wants and needs and finding ways to connect with others and how to find that. On the other half of this is also learning to find peace in just your life. Find harmony, find balance, and find ways of how you can still have to be courageous, but enjoy the peace, It's like, you don't have to be like feeling like you're all lopsided, like, oh my gosh, I have to find all this courage and strength. There's a part of us also needing to find that harmony and that chill aspect. And I think this weekend we're going to come and find the issues we're having with relationships, the issues we're having with finding peace, and we're going to come to an understanding. On top of all that, we do have Mercury coming retrograde back into Libra, which really lightens up the story. Communication levels and relationships really come back. I think we've reviewed a lot of our inner world and we're ready to kind of find that equal share. On top of all that, the Sun is going to come into an amazing position. It's going to sextile over to Jupiter in Leo, sextile over to Mars in Sagittarius, and this has been forming this big kite. So we're getting ready to fly our stories and fly into this harmony and fly into what we want. But kites take some flying, it just doesn't fly itself, so there's some work. And this work is learning into how to get along with others, how to find balance, how to be strong and still find harmony. It's kind of a parallel universe we live in, and here we are having to work on both aspects, be strong, but yet be chill. I mean, it's like how do we balance it all? Well, optimism this weekend. Starting to see a bigger picture, starting to find love, starting to open up through love, especially with the Sun in Libra. There's a need for us this weekend to connect with love, especially with Mars and Sagittarius, to open up and get ready for these big adventures in our life. And this is a weekend where out of nowhere, especially after a big lunar eclipse we had this week with a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, I think that we've been so shocked and awed in our nervous system and all these energies. This is really starting to lighten that load and really bring a more grounded approach to things, really kind of stepping into our swag more. The moon will be in Taurus on Friday and into Saturday, then it comes into Gemini for the rest of the weekend. So really good place, really youthful energy through the weekend, especially as that moon comes into Gemini on Saturday. It's really going to excite everything. And then on top of that, Venus opposed Uranus. This could be exciting new things coming in relationships, maybe even a new relationship coming in your life, hashing out the ones that haven't been working, really maybe coming on to some compromises. This definitely is a godsend weekend. It really lights up everything really positively. I don't really know if there's a negative. I don't even want to talk about one if there is. I mean, I think what we're seeing is the fears. The negativity is through fear. Fear of us not seeing big enough, as Jupiter in Leo that wants to expand and grow into all this passion and love is in a hard square with Saturn and Scorpio, which is truth and kind of dark energy. And I think the negative in the astrology right now is that there's some extreme fears we're all facing, and Pluto Uranus are starting to get closer again, and that's the tension. There's tension that we're all needing to learn to let go of, and I feel that this is a weekend where we can find ways to step out of that tension and be more positive and connect with others and find out issues in our own egos. And, and this is definitely going to highlight a lot of that stuff and get you prepared, because remember, we're in whoop whoop fate train season, and this is a time where we're getting ready for the next eclipse where there's a lot of destiny brewing, and the sun conjuncts the north node on Sunday. So it could all feel like this Sunday, it all kind of culminates into knowing the direction and where your destiny is going, and finding right connections and finding right harmony. And I'm excited. I think this weekend is going to bring out some really unique and exciting aspects that just hit you out of nowhere and brought you more positivity and brought you more light, and is showing you how to find that harmony and to realign things in yourself and get back into a rhythm and get really kind of energized in this new energy that you are now. The card of the weekend is the Two of Cups upright. Definitely a weekend of unions, a weekend of learning to come together. There's also a card where emotions have to come together. And I think with the moon in Gemini, there's a need to communicate. There's a need for stimulation. There's a need of curiosity. This could be a weekend where you're really curious about that somebody, or you're curious about what's going on and you want to find out a lot more, especially with all this energy in Libra. This could just be one of those weekends that just kind of lightning bolts out of nowhere and really shocks the positivity and really brings out a new perspective in your life, especially after what we've gone through in this lunar eclipse week. Talk about a weird week with a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, then coming into Libra like this. You can definitely feel like you have just switched movies and books in the matter of 1 week. Just like, wow. And this will be that weekend where you feel it. So check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com. If you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading, thank you so much for all your support, and I will see you guys on Monday.